Charlie, you dey watch TV with your home girl. She's in your crib and she wants to own your remotes. You won't watch football. She won't watch Mexican bull. Maybe then Tinz some, Charlie.
On this episode of DENTINZSOME, we take a look at what friendzone really means.
Well, friendzone, in my own words, is the art and science of putting a brother or sister tag on someone who is deeply into you.
Also, if there's one thing dominating our TV screens, it's telenovelas.
When you watch the telenovelas, you get to see them, the guy crying, showing emotion. Here, if you cry, you're not a man.
And you want to look good, but you don't have the money for it. We're talking about fashion.
Fashion no for cost you. It depends on the way you go dress then stand out.
But first, going on a date can be really unpredictable. We're talking about first date experience.
It was bad.
When I think about that day, I get mixed feelings.
We went to a local chop bar, so
I was a bit nervous because that was my first time. I didn't know what would happen. I didn't know how it would turn out. And
he bought me lots of meat. And I love my food, so it was a go-go.
Dates can get very expensive and it's a big risk because what if you go to the restaurant, order some food, some wine, all to impress the girl, and at the end of the day,
when we went to the restaurant and he was eating fries, he tried to kiss me with the fries in his mouth. That was so gross. The funniest thing he did
was to brag. It was funny because he was talking a lot. You brought a girl to a chop bar and you are bragging. Who does that?
Before we left, she ordered more food. So I was thinking, she was going to eat more. Not knowing she was going to give it to her sister at home.
He kept calling me Rose. No, seriously. Call me Griselda. Something. Rose.
Since it was a date, we were supposed to have a nice conversation and all that. But man, this chick was all about the food, Charlie. She was just all about the food. Left, right, ham. Like, Charlie, give some time, but Charlie, she didn't even look at me, sir.
Even before my first relationship, what I considered a date was a girl coming over Friday night, we watching a movie, not Netflix, a specific movie I download just for that night, we getting something to eat, and then
the most annoying thing he did, when we were done and we were going, he told them that the food wasn't nice, so they should give him back his money. He told me to get there before 8 p.m. but he got there around 9 p.m.
Guys of today think that if you're going out with a girl, you have to open the door, you have to be pretty much very nice. But it's all concept. What is that? Please, if you marry me today, you're not going to continue doing the same things that you do.
Did you enjoy the date?
No, I didn't. Not at all. Not one bit.
I didn't enjoy it. I had to find some flimsy excuse. I told him my mom was calling me. I feigned a phone call and I just ran out.
That's if you wow the girl too much, no one go out. What be the you don't go sleep then wake up the next day? But just make it happen.
If you two understand each other, then why not? There is no third parties.
Open also pa. Sending location on some brand no one why for go waste time.
Like going on a date. It
doesn't make you cheap. It depends.
No,
if the chemistry is there,
someone.
Charlie, the chemistry there. You can't have
chemistry. No.
It doesn't make you cheap. Not at all.
If he's just in for sex, then he might think you're cheap.
Sex on a first date doesn't make you cheap. If sex on a first date makes you cheap, then I'm a cheap guy, pal. I'm a loose screw and casa.
Coming up, we're talking about telenovelas.
When you watch the telenovelas, you get to see them, the guy crying, showing emotion. Here, if you cry, you're not a man.
Hey, some guy giving some serious warning for road top, I can explain. So one time I walk way, I see some guy and girl, then they approach. The way I see the girl in figure, I know say by all means, we'll get some bad ass. So then pass way, Charlie, I turn my neck, they won't watch, no. The way the guy turn watch me, hey, watch your front. Why? If you watch more, no good.
My phone wasn't with me after I left Bloomba. I can explain. So my friends and I usually go to Bloomba together, but this time they decided to go to Bloomba without me. Well, probably because I didn't go for Dirty Rave. Well, I got there and then we were having a conversation on phone, laughing because she was intoxicated with alcohol and I wasn't. So we were just having the fun of our lives, just trying to tell ourselves like, oh, I can't wait to see you and all that. But then finally, I got to the other side only to realize that I had lost my phone.
Welcome back to DENTINZSOME. We're talking about telenovelas.
When you watch the telenovelas, you get to see them, the guy crying, showing emotion. Here, if you cry, you're not a man. Because it's full of romance and suspense.
Telenovelas give girls some ideology. Be said they can find their Prince Charming. Oh, I want a guy with 6 packs, 6 cars, madam. Brother, Chasso.
Guys love it. They enjoy watching it. But they all want to be men fronting themselves. They watch and they enjoy it, and sometimes they sit there and watch and also cry.
Guys who watch telenovelas, it's kind of strange, but it's understandable because they yearn for that kind of loving they see in telenovelas that their girlfriends don't give them.
I didn't watch. No go lie.
The main disadvantage is that it's time consuming.
All that we see is like basically the same story where the girl is in love, another guy comes around. Almost
nowadays, kids watch telenovelas every time because that's the same old thing they are showing on TV every day, and I'm heartbroken actually.
A young girl aged like 8 years watching telenovela instead of watching cartoons, then goes to school, class going on, then sending notes to the boy, I love you, and I love you too.
I don't think it's good because for my case, my kid sister, whenever I go home, this girl will tell me everything that happened in Kukumbaga. But it's really bad. She doesn't do her homework. She doesn't even eat.
I don't like the fact that telenovelas are dominating our TV screens, but it releases stress for some people. I mean, sometimes you've had a long day, you come back from work, you see Eduardo and Joanna Martinez arguing, and right after that they make love. Charlie will cry, will cool down.
One time you go feed their house and then you are bored, you're flipping through channels, and then like for the first 6 months you flip to telenovelas.
I remember I was watching the advert and then they were advising the characters. Like, who does that? Can you be advising?
Coming up, we take a look at fashion.
Right now, if you like madness, you go see somebody in shadow, like gas accident fresh. The shadow out here.
DENTINZSOME, it's your boy Fresh Prince. It's 4x4. So this is my night to remember. I know what Shikakran so Charlie. It's memorable. Usually happens like 2 or 3 times every year. This is how it goes now. My homegirls call me during the day. Usually they come through in pairs, like 2 of them or 3 of them. And we just hit the mall, get some drinks, a lot of juice for me, some aphrodisiacs, I don't go beat this and thing. Get a lot of food, some loud. And then we come through my crib. We come out the center table for the hall to make some space. Then we lay blankets like duvets and comforters and stuff like that. I got like 3 comforters for that purpose. So we just lay them up. Shall I just get naked and then we play spin the bottle. That's the crazy part. So we spin the bottle, then hey, kiss, spin the bottle, touch, spin the bottle. It be DENTINZSOME. We just play that game all night. We have fun, Charlie, till the next day. I get China appear, I go to watch it in Pawai. Charlie, just a night to remember. So yeah, this is how my night to remember goes down, baby. It's 4x4.
I eat really with pocket knife. Make you know this. My hour.
Hey, I carry some day party and the sock soup with pepper day inside. Where I won't tone down the pepper with day inside. I go bring sugar. Say I put for the soup inside. Hey, daddy, the way I run, make it no vex in my hour.
So you do they chop my omutuo with light soup plus kebab. No be say they jay the kebab, take chop the soup inside. The kebab dey the stick for one side, then the omutuo then soup dey one side. So I suck small soup, then I dey chew the kebab for one side. Make no vex so be my hour.
Welcome back to DENTINZSOME. Looking good is very important, but is that always the case? We're talking about fashion.
Oh yeah, I like looking trendy here in a presentable way.
It's a turn on.
If you are dressing trendy, just do it simple. Some guys will go and wear jackets. Ghana only say shoe. Shirt jackets.
I used to like looking trendy. I used to have a bunch of new era caps hanging all over my walls, shirts, dresses, durags to match, headbands, wristbands. But I realized that Charlie, I'm killing myself. Especially when Nelly came in the picture. Nelly, wakata baby, no my bread, the way Nelly, London teas by Nebeji kakra.
Nah, I know they like girls where they dress trendy so often. She go worry me. Hey, today you go buy this, tomorrow you go buy that. You go see, you know, you go buy Teletubbies. We know they here for the relationships.
Oh yeah, I think looking trendy costs a lot of money.
If you want some Nikes or some Adidas or some Reebok, you have to go through a lot to get it.
It's not easy. Sometimes you don't even have the money for it, then you go and borrow. Now baby car, now baby oka, now baby o mama o sister o cousins nyaka, because you be just who fear so be to.
I mean, it brings attention to you, and girls love attention.
What I like about fashion is, tell you when you dress and you go somewhere, jai, be sure you are dripping. What dress to impress and casa? I don't enjoy impress.
One thing I like about fashion is you go fit dress anyhow. So far as they look good, yeah, yawa no dey.
I don't like it when a fashion trend comes and everyone is just following it.
Sometimes girls who dress trendy come at a cost.
In bag alone, what's the day inside? The makeup and things the day inside be like 10K. What's no girl over herself?
Between guys and girls, I mean, definitely we ladies spend more. Makeup, hair, shoes, clothes, from head to toe, it's all money.
Ubasha pants and one shake. Men share trousers, na men chicha home, na men fan nam clothes or trousers. There be.
Right now, it be like madness. You go see somebody in shadow self like get accident fresh. The shadow hot here.
Fashion is not by force, so I won't mean to and talk.
How can I use all my savings to go and buy one top? I didn't. My mom ain't no fool.
The girls. Yeah, I want the pressure to so do. Yeah, I want to move my kakra. Never.
Fashion no for cost you. It depend on the way you go dress then stand out.
Don't always move with the trend. At least stay in between the trend and you'll be fine.
Brother, sister, dress with what you have, not what you don't have. I bet you come about just say Adwa major men pab one say me call dating and then you meet your wife. Yes, I know when you move glass. Now you go they find me.
You have to dress according to your image.
Fashion represents your personality. So you don't want to go looking like Nicki Minaj today, looking like Beyonce another time. You have to keep your style and have your personal branding.
Coming up, we get to know what friendzone really means.
Girls normally friends with a guy that they are not interested in, or they are not in love with, or maybe the guy is too boring for them.
Only in Ghana. The only in Ghana way Uber drivers they act like taxi drivers. You have an app that you operate from. So wait for your request, then you pick up your passenger. You don't have to see anyone on the street here, then you'll be doing sex, or do you want Uber? Only in Ghana.
Only in Ghana. It's only in Ghana people assume a guy and girl walking down the street are dating or sleeping together. Only in Ghana.
Only in Ghana. Only in Ghana where iPhone users no get pockets. Where if then they use MacBook too, they no go talk say the laptop. Then go specify and say the MacBook. Only in Ghana.
Inspirational tips.
If you are the type who likes to give explanations for things that are going wrong around you, this is for you. To me, an excuse is like the devil himself. It will set you back and you will never ever move forward. People make excuses when they don't believe in themselves, when they are actually naturally lazy and do things lackadaisically, when they are not immersed in whatever they are doing, and when they are not surrounded by the right people. As an entrepreneur, you're supposed to be putting down plans. You're supposed to be putting down action steps towards the goals that you have set. 99% of people fail because they were making excuses. And I don't think you'd want to be a part of that 99%. I just hate excuses. Like my mother said, my brother said, my father said, my dog said. Like, what the hell is that? Like, look at the men who built America. These are men who built a whole industry. And you are there making excuses. How the hell do you expect to make it? Bill Gates said that you can make money and make excuses, but you can never make money out of excuses.
Inspirational tips.
Welcome back to DENTINZSOME. If your crush only sees you as a friend, then you should be looking elsewhere. We're talking about Friendzone.
Well, friendzone, in my own words, is the art and science of putting a brother or sister tag on someone who is deeply into you.
Friendzone is a kabi awakwa dia yentimi refundel, because sometimes it might not be even physical cash. By your time, you spent a year or two chasing some girl and she only saw you as a friend.
I had a crush on this guy. Friendzone me.
Girl friendzone me before. Where the way she do on me, bash me, so the format she give me, tell me say, make her go through on. Me I figure say be the new guy in town, Charlie, me the hottest chick they walk in the bar. When we reach the place, they tell me say, make her chop. Wait some guy we come. No, even boy. We just intro give me say, oh, in boy this. Charlie, the girl tell me some stats to give for there. I never see some before. Kwame Nkrumah self no go come. That in hand they raise no. Me self my hand they down. I pass out.
What makes Friendzone painful is when you invest a lot into the relationship emotionally. No listen who investment this one. That's just what Fred dance about. You mean now your troca.
It comes natural.
Yeah, a lot.
That's all.
Girls normally friends with a guy that they are not interested in, or they are not in love with, or maybe the guy is too boring for them.
His looks, his appearance, his behavior. Basically, if you're not my type, I'll friendzone you. Why should I make you think that you have a chance with me?
You want to benefit from a guy, but then you don't want to be in a relationship with a guy.
Oh yes, I'll friendzone a lot. When you say I'm the ladies man, in man, they are me almost trust.
Yeah, some signals they way if the girl they show before she say guy, Charlie, this one there for back off.
Maybe he wants a sexual something, but then you put him in that corner where he becomes a friend. Opo bestie.
If you are trying to make some moves, you are trying to touch, you are trying to kiss, and then she said, oh Kwame, stop it. Oh Kwame, you are so silly. You know you are like a brother to me. Brother to me saying, oh man, make home. Me also saying.
Guys know the friendzone girls like that because we will not be selective. Anything goes.
Some guys too is their fault. They want you, but they won't tell you.
That does it for this episode of DENTINZSOME. Guys, always let your crush know how you feel about them before you get caught up in the friend zone.
Some guys too is their fault. They want you, but they won't tell you.
When it comes to fashion, it's important to have your own style.
Fashion represents your personality, so you don't want to go looking like Nicki Minaj today, looking like Beyonce another time. You have to keep your style and have your personal branding.
When you're going on a date for the first time, don't always expect it to be perfect.
He told me to get there before 8 p.m. but he got there around 9 p.m.
Also, telenovelas can be really dramatic, so don't believe everything you see there.
I remember I was watching the advert and then they were advising the characters. Like, who does that? How can you be advising?
In any situation you find yourself in life, just remember, it be DENTINZSOME.
Next week on DENTINZSOME.
Sometimes I want us to sit down and cuddle and be nice, but then you want to watch football. What the F? What is that?
Religion is a full-time business. I mean, what do you call selling kerosene, selling coconuts, bode, apintu and all that in church? What do you call that?
What are the hate about social media be? The way people they abuse them, especially girls. Everything they go snap. Then they funeral and that's it. Funeral is big. They can't chop wachi is big. Everything is big. What that?